Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, your boy is officially back, right? Officially back, locked and loaded. Okay. We were on vacation for roughly a week in America. But not only that, we also then went to a convention the last few days when I did come back. So, busy having fun for that week and a half, but we are officially back. 3 videos a day consistently, streamed 7 p.m. Eastern every single damn day. And I also do have some things planned. I do have some things planned surrounding Turbo. I have some things planned surrounding the channel. And of course, people in the private community will also be getting pack-a-punched for being in the private community, because I always want to give the best value to those people as well. But anyways, let's jump right into this, right? We can see, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to cover the basics first, right? Turbo is at 159th place for the global record. For the amount of coins, there's 9,505 active cryptos listed on coin market cap. Okay. Those are like the relevant ones, you can say. And we can see we're rank 159. Okay. Rank 159. Really solid. We are currently at 0.003778, right? 260 million market cap, 34 million volume in the last 24 hours. And if we go to the holders, we can see that we practically are. In fact, we have hit once again the all-time high for holders once again. And nothing crazy really happened with the price. Right, we'll discuss the price in a little bit, but nothing too crazy happened with the price. Now, if I go on Twitter and I pull up Turbo before we dive into the technical analysis, right, the one thing that is like slightly concerning is, the views are kind of fairly low for Turbo as of right now. We're only getting like, let's say an average of 5,000 to 7,000 when we're, getting like 10 to 12,000 before. So that's like the only slightly concerning thing. But I know crypto is just a wave of bandwagon, which is why most people lose. Let's be honest, the reason why most people lose is because they come in when everything gets pumped, and then they're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to make 10x from here. It's like, nobody, you're late. You're going to lose. It is what it is. It's people that are like you, that are dedicated, that watch these videos every single day, multiple videos a day. Maybe you watch, just a few, even a week, right? It's people like you that will reap the rewards of something like this altcoin season, not the people that just bandwagon. But anyways, yeah, the views, they could be a little bit better, but I know crypto and everything moves in bursts, so not the biggest deal in the world. But yeah, let's just dive into the technical analysis, because it is actually very important. We can see that last week was the first blue slash, I guess green week technically, right? Because I have my colors different, but it was the first green week we had in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Okay, which was kind of expected. Why? Well, first off, right, once we were selling off very slowly, we got to a massive support and resistance. Okay, we can see this green box. There's multiple areas of support, right? Boom. I mean, you have like this area, you have this, you have this, you have these 4 weeks. Yes, we did slam below it, but it's still relevant. Okay, it is still relevant. And just even like the way basic trading works, it's usually get like one tap at the bare minimum, some type of pullback, right? Once you do retest off a zone. So when we look, right, we went down, we went into the zone, boom, right? We were talking about this, and we are looking pretty solid as of right now. Look, technically, we are starting to look pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. We do have these bottoms, right? We have these bottoms over here, which are the lows. We have a higher low. And if you guys know basic, technical analysis, once you start getting higher lows, that does indicate that, hey, we are looking to be going up, especially that we closed over here, right? This is the last relevant high. And we can see that we had a high lower, we had a high lower, and we had a high lower. Since these highs were lower than this high, and this is the last relevant high, this means this is a higher high than all of these three highs. So we did break structure officially on both ends. Not only did we create a higher low, but we also created a higher high to practically, give us confirmation that we are most likely still going up further and further. And the reason why I say most likely going up further and further is because technically it could always re-break. But as of right now, it is looking really, really good. I will say, I don't expect, we are at the end of June, so there's like 1 or 2 days left anyways. I don't expect things to pump really hard at the end of June, but this is actually a great monthly candle. And if it gets just stay something like this, it's going to look beautiful for two reasons. Number one, we went into the institutional candle. Okay, we went into a big institutional candle. Okay, number two, right? We tapped into a big support zone. Number three, which is the most important, is we actually rejected very well. Okay, so unless the last 2 days just kind of go kaboom out of nowhere, and all of a sudden we break structure and go lower, it is actually looking very fantastic. In terms of the 3 month, in terms of technical analysis, we completed what we needed to do, which is go up, sell off this institutional area, because this is a 3-month order block, and survive ultimately. I know some people are not happy that we didn't follow the global liquidity, and trust me, people, I wish we obviously just followed the global liquidity to a T, where we were 91 days, behind. We expected Bitcoin to be at 120K mid-June based off purely global liquidity. We expected Bitcoin to be at 140K by mid-July based off purely global liquidity, which means obviously at one point we expected for us to be chilling maybe at 0.008 at one point sooner than later a couple of weeks ago, right? A couple of weeks ago, we kind of expected, that there's a good chance that we will be up here already. But as we know, we stopped following global liquidity to the T. And it's unfortunate, right? It is unfortunate. I actually haven't checked global liquidity in a couple of weeks. This is where we technically were supposed to be, right? This zone right here. And remember, right? It was looking good. We were following all of these red zones practically to the T. At least Bitcoin was 100%. The other coins were, not 100% accurate, but they're very accurate. And then it just like this area just never kind of happened. We do have a huge global liquidity. That's supposed to happen very soon, right? If we take the 91-day delay, boom, 91 days. The next week, it's already green. If we go up here and we go 91 days, it should be next week, right? Next week or within 2 weeks, there should be already big pumps according to global liquidity. Now, once again, take this with a grain of salt because we haven't been back on track with global liquidity at all. So we're not going to use this as a reliable indicator unless it once again does spike up very well for 2 weeks and then sells off, then maybe we could say, okay, we're back on track. Overall, the global liquidity, we can see that actually has kind of stalled out, right? We have these highs here, and you can tell for multiple weeks, we are creating higher and higher lows, but we kind of just haven't broken out of this zone yet. So, if we actually go back, boom, if we do start following, that's already like the end of September. So not the most ideal if we go just purely based off global liquidity. But yeah, that is practically it, ladies and gentlemen. We will see and continue, how things are. If you do want to join the free Discord, first link in the description. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.